Slauson and Crenshaw means hustle, period. Pull up and seek walk. That's all it means, hustle. Everybody out on Crenshaw trying to get money. You know, it's a unique place in its own though. Welcome all the new Marathon members.
Diggy shorts, valley belt, boxer briefs. Bitch, across this marathon. Is where you ought to be. Shopping spree, spending thousands on designer jeans. Exotic women, Mercedes Benzes with bucket seats. Pretty feet, pretty hair that blow in the breeze. It's pretty rare that she meet a nigga as real as me, especially when she fishing in this music industry. But luckily, she fucking brown and fuck with me.
Yeah, honestly, Slauson Tees, man, the beginning of it was just really me, Fats, Nip, Adam, hustling, trying to get it, and we was across the street getting harassed by the police. Looked up and we saw that there was something for lease across the street, and we ended up having an opportunity to get the building. Talked to bro about it. He helped us get the building, so we all went in, and it just exploded even more than how we were doing across the street on the corner. It just, everybody gravitated, and we just built it from ground up. Started with like a table, had a couple socks in there, and it just fully turned into like the neighborhood store. T-shirts, socks, shoes.
Crenshaw and Slauson, that corner, if you go around there, there's very little stores. If they are there, a lot of them are not run by people from that neighborhood. There's just basic things that people need, like socks and T-shirts and do-rags and even those kind of simple things were missing from that area.
It just felt good to be around them, to be around people that were doing something not just for themselves, but for their people. It was just very inspiring. It felt like love. And yeah, a lot of people from the community that they grew up with, they hustled with, they brought them in and gave them jobs. People that couldn't necessarily get jobs elsewhere because of their history and their record, or whatever the case was, they would give them jobs, and, they turned into dedicated workers and, dedicated people and friends and confidants. So that it was just, people would pull up. It was a kicking spot, but it was a business at the same time.
That was the goal. The goal was to uplift the neighborhood, to change the vibe that was there before and try to put something there that was better. One thing about Nipsey and his brother, they understood the value of ownership, of grinding hard, build your own, and look out for your people.
Chatting with it, y'all. It's your homeboy Neighborhood Net, broadcasting live, Ground Zero, aka Crenshaw and Slauson. It's the new and improved Slauson tees. Come on inside, check us out. That's why y'all come get y'all Crenshaw shit, white tees, hats, all your mixtapes and everything, all money in right here, Neighborhood.
He was unique, He really articulate and was very smart, outgoing, and he have energy, positive, and he tried left and right.
They would just always want to be around him. Like, it was like, oh my God, a star got spotted at Rodeo when he went there. It was always just, oh my God, Nip's here. Everyone starts to pull up. Everybody wants to be around him because the way his presence was and his aura, it was just magnetic, and it was a lot of energy, and it was full of life, and everybody just wanted to come there. And they bring out, it seemed like guys got dressed up to go up there, or they pull out their best car just to go up there to just be around that type of energy, because that's what he exuded, and that's what that space brought out of him also.
Nip will pull up, and once Nip pulls up, you got about 50 Crips pulling up right behind him, phone calls being made. We used to laugh like, man, how the hell do they know when Nip is pulling up? Because it just used to be crowded in the front. Police used to roll by, be scared to even pull in the lot. We used to come out, try to tell people clear out, because we couldn't even get any customers to walk in because nobody would pull in this parking lot.
You would hear Nip coming through shopping center playing the project. People like, what is that? What is that? When's that coming out? You know what I'm saying? You know, Nip, soon. But, you know, he would have them fiending for it. You know what I'm saying? Because he would come through, like I said, when you in that shopping center all day, you in that drop top, you know, as an artist, you know, artists got to listen to that music to see how it sounds in the car. So when you in that drop top, besides you listening to it, everybody else hearing it too. You know what I mean? So they was fiending for it like a smoker. You know what I mean? So
You are listening to a high standard production.
Now, I don't never want to hear you niggas say you doubt this shit again. Look, fake niggas don't show me love, and all you fake bitches, I don't want your hugs. I got this pistol with a gang of hundreds, and this drop Mercedes-Benz get done blunted. Don't be surprised if you don't get what you never wanted. I'm on my fifth.
He was feeling. He was feeling. I believe that was his first Benz, the SL5, and he was very happy about that car. He worked hard to get there, to be able to even, you know, stack some money to purchase something like that, and he was proud of that, and I was too. When he pulled up on me the first time, I was just in awe. Like, man, we on our way. This nigga Nip got a Benz. I just remember feeling that way, like, damn, bro, turned it up. That was still the beginning, so it's crazy.
The fact I'm still standing speaks values to my savage. We lust lavishness and aim for extravagance. Even if it's only temporary, at least we had the shit. I pressed the gas till 160 on the dash and sit. My bitch lit the blunt.
That was like another trophy, because we come from Cutlasses and Reapers, Buicks and shit like that. So to be able to obtain a Benz is a different type of respect when you come up in the area we come from. So if you're a young guy that come from like cars that's not foreign, from fixing cars in your backyard to being inside of a Benz, you get a different type of respect from people. Like the people that probably used to turn their face at you are probably like smiling at you now. You know, so you know, I'm pretty sure it was a good feeling.
Stop before I sell my soul, I give my life. Spend a minute, but we gon' get right. Watch. Us, music.
The nickname Neighborhood Nip speaks to how accessible he was, you know, and how invested he was in community. He never removed himself, you know, from his community as he gained some type of, you know, notoriety or success. He was always connected. He was always one phone call away, or it wasn't in rare form that you would see Nip out in LA, especially at this time. He was always out and about. Like he would have a conversation with a homeboy from his neighborhood as he would with a valet driver at a restaurant. You know, he was that type of person. He was just very amicable.
I feel I can keep going. Let's go. You know, some things just got to be said. Marathon music. Look, you don't got a clue for what you wanna do. I'm busy getting rich. You think that I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do. But look, they don't got a clue of what I've been through.
That song was really Nip's way. At the time, Nip, you know, had differences with folks in the neighborhood, and there was. And if you listen to the lyrics, you know, you can kind of understand that he's talking to somebody. You know, it was somebody that was a big figure in the neighborhood, and he wanted to distance himself from that. He knew that it wasn't the best move for his career, but it was also a big it was a problem, because this other person was a big figure. I was like, wow, like my song was used to send a message. You know, my beat was used to send a message.
I hustle cause I have to, not because it's cool, and over time became accustomed to the bullshit niggas do. Now I'm numb and it's cool, had to bounce back and regroup. Hope you don't expect shit from me cause I don't want shit from you. Now I'm ballin' like we supposed to, living life like we supposed to, fucking bitches like we supposed to, getting money like we supposed to.
To me personally, I felt like these lyrics were for dudes like me, like hustlers. Like, you're out here doing your shit, You're trying to put everybody on, but you're spending your dollars, your time, and your energy on people that don't want to be helped. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, think about your shit. So I started looking at the marathon as kind of a gospel, really. Like, it was a hood gospel on business and interpersonal relationships.
Here we go. Like this. Look, 7 days a week, 7 different freaks, but I got tired of fucking hoes, so I just smoke and count my cheeks. Watching Godfather, leather couches, flat screens. I say I'm on this marathon. She asked me what does that mean? Ain't no puffin' pass, please. Roll your own, I do the same. Girl, get on that Marlon Brando and stop trying to pick my brain. Your boyfriend is a lame, that's why you not used to this game. And if you looking for me, I'll be first class on the plane. X-name my landing gear, cause I don't need no runway. My final destination is a cloud, since a one-way. Fucking with them streets, ain't no stranger to this gunplay. But now I eat these beats and I don't never take a lunch break. Back to back, switching sweets, never grow no sober shit. Post-traumatic stress, I feel like that's what I'm coping with. So I smoke the best, impossible not to.
He was like the bridge between the way things used to be, like the true LA culture with standards and just impeccable street code and all that stuff, to the new school, which is like a little bit more of a neutral kind of a market. But Nipsey was like the last of the old block, you know, like he was like the true LA, like he felt like an old schooler to me. Even though he was a young guy, younger than us, he felt like a true old schooler, like the old values, you know. And one of the reasons why things are messier today is because, you know, we lost some of those values.
I know a place we can go where you can be yourself.
It's like 2 o'clock in the studio. Backed up on the leaks, man. My shit crashed, but I'm back at you niggas go. No, I guess this 55,000. We're gonna do it like this. One take 2. Look, Mac 11 on my dresser drawer.
I remember when we first got it. I remember me and Sam going to Home Depot buying the supplies, carrying refrigerators and all type of equipment up the stairs and elevators. Remember, I think the first day when we got over there, going to the place, there was a dead body at the park across the street. It had the white sheet over it. We like, damn. You know what I'm saying? First day.
It wasn't the flyest shit by far, but we made it work. And when we got in that studio room, it didn't feel like we were where we was at the time. It always would take our mind somewhere else because our mind was always somewhere else anyway. You know, so we just used that energy to create.
We had 2 rooms, so if he was recording in one room, we can go in the other room and record. And he always had that kind of vision, man, for that self-preservation, man. Not like, we know what it felt like to not be able to go to a studio or not have money to be able to pay for studio time. So one of the first things he did when he even obtained a little bit of money was he bought computers and studio equipment, microphones and earphones, and
everything was custom. We built it. Nip built a custom booth. We had the view, that desk and everything, set it up nice. They used to spend the night in there. They used to put boric acid around the couch, a circle of boric acid, hopefully to stop the roaches from coming through the other units and coming over to where they were at. It was just gutter, but it made it happen.
Bro, because you got to understand, Nip would, because the boric acid, they would lay on the ground and you would have to do an outline of your body to how you want to sleep, so the bugs wouldn't come in your, you know, in that parameter. So basically, like let's say if you were going to sleep on your stomach, how you going to sleep, and have the homie go around you with the boric acid like a force field.
How many times I've been on the other end of that fucking phone? 26 times.
Right, but you just got done saying you and Sonny Black are friends.
Donnie,
so, you know.
I got sent for. In our thing, you get sent.
Everybody kind of wanted to see where the sound of LA was gonna go. We couldn't repeat the G-Funk era with Snoop and Dre. We can't repeat that. So I felt like what I brought to it was the update. You know what I mean? The music was classic West Coast, but what I brought to it was just kind of like an update. 2009 was going on in LA.
through, but look, they don't got a clue what you was trying to do. Keeping it 100, 100, don't keep it true, but I'm gonna tell you what to do. Here is what you do, say fuck the middleman, get on your marathon and get your loot. I hustle cause I have to.
That studio was free of ego and was full of inspiration and vulnerability and honesty and authenticity. I think that's what that studio was filled with.
He had the craft. I just kind of showed him the little shit that I knew just to add to what he had. But when I met him, he was already rapping his ass off. I don't want people to think I taught him how to rap. A lot of people say that. I've heard all type of shit. If it wasn't for Cuzzy rapping, Nipsey wouldn't have rapped and all that type of stuff. That's not true. When I met him, he was rapping already and already saying some pretty prolific shit. It amazed me. That's why I took him under my wing. That was one of the main reasons, just because of the words he was using and the shit he was saying. I was like, this kid is dope, period. All I did was accent it, add accents, maybe sprinkle some seasoning, pretty much just taught him what I knew about the actual format of writing bars. Other than that, Nipsey's been a beast. He was a beast when I met him.
I just remember sometimes he would go into the booth. He would probably do like one line, or he might just lay a hook, and he would not allow any pressure on his process. He would definitely just go in and lay it. If he felt like he wouldn't rush the process, and he wouldn't strain the process by trying to overthink lyrics or anything like that. If it didn't come fluently, then he wouldn't do it. And he would just wait. And that's what I saw him doing on a consistent basis, just always honestly believe in the tracks. It has to be organic. If it's not organically created, he wouldn't do it. He'd scratch it. So he would not rush his process at all. So he would start back in the morning and replay the tracks that he created, and some he'd scratch, and then some he'd be like, okay, it has a vibe. And if it had a vibe and he liked it, he would play that track over and over and over again on repeat in his car, because that's where you can hear music the best. And that's how he felt.
It's very evident that bro was talented, but bro didn't move and didn't react or record unless he felt inspired. So it was times we used to have paid verses that we would find. Like, bro, we got this guy, he want to give you $5,000 to do a verse, or he want to do this. And if bro didn't feel it or wasn't inspired, it was not getting done. Even though we know he can go in there and knock it out in 10 minutes, like we've seen him do before, he just wouldn't do it because, it wasn't inspiring to him. Even producers, big producers. And, we got singles, soundtracks, movie soundtracks. There's so many looks. If bro didn't feel it or wasn't inspired, it wouldn't get done. And obviously, me personally, I used to get frustrated. We used to get mad, but that was what was special about bro.
We started sending it out to some people to see what their thoughts was. And then things just went crazy from there. Like, the phones did not stop blowing up, and everyone wanted the record.
Hopping off my to her, but she probably just had sex with him. She's out of your possession, you cannot protect her. Then South Central, that's my residence. Daily like those 7 cents. And if I'm not the king of this, I must be the president. OMG, I'm ill as shit. Money is my medicine.
Adam calls me and says, all right, I want you to hear something. So he plays me the verse with Nip on the phone, and I was going crazy for it. And I was like, all right, so what are we going to do with it? Like, I don't know. We love the record. So don't do nothing crazy with it.
Bury him. Being broke is so un-American. That's why I'm screaming all money in till the end.
Just being a huge fan of his music, like, don't get me wrong, there were other, you might say, even bigger plays that we could have done with the record, but we weren't fans of the artist. Like, I felt like we kind of grew together in the industry.
Let's go. Listen, look, pull up in that old school. Me and Lil Shady Blue.
Nipsey really did have the keys to the city. You know, he was this celebrity that was very specific to LA celebrity, especially at the time. Now his celebrity grew and grew. This was like LA's best kept secret. And like, if you weren't from LA, you didn't understand his greatness yet.
Got us feeling like we off a pill. They know we got dollars still. Them bitches know they got the bill. Eating Benihana's daily. Drive my baby mama crazy. Name a nigga that could fade me. Pussy that does not persuade me. Got a swag that make them hate me. Plus we never shop at Macy's. Louis V and Gucci maybe. Neiman Marcus, blue Mercedes. We was both familiar faces. Spending thousands, dodging cases. The fuck a bottle, bring the cases. What we told the waitress. Then pop Clico for all of y'all that tried to play us. Cause dedicated to all you niggas, all you fake bitches. SB, what up, bro? Marathon continues, my niggas. Yeah, keys to the motherfucking city. We got that. Cali on my back. The new voice LA, and I speak for you niggas. Hustle. Straight Pass, Def Jam, Capital Atlantic 2. Thought that I'd be dead or doing life, cause what I rap is true. Just another you know who. Sam had some time to do. And yeah, Steve is cool, but I heard Big U's an animal. Fuck what they was talking about. We just did what we had to do. Became the most valuable. After I dropped Volume 2, on the West Coast at least. Now for the West Coast I speak. Cause on a level 4 with guilt bone is where I'm supposed to be. I be on some business shit. Y'all bring out the loke in me. And like a broke weed head, my pistol is smoke for free. Imani ain't gon' know the streets. Gotta keep it close to me. Put that on the man that's on the cross on my rosary. Wasn't always banging, but I speak about it openly. No shame in my game, I did my thing on the coldest streets. Who the hottest on the West? All you niggas know it's me. So tell whoever got it locked that Nipsey Hussle stole the key. Nigga, yeah. Cause I do what I need, and that's the reason that they love me, cause I've been making money. Pop bottles, count cash, fuck bitches, love life, my nigga. You only live once. For damn sure we gon' leave this motherfucker. SLAUSON boys, all money in, no money out, nigga. Why the fuck not, nigga? I'm in this shit, why not go hard? Don't make sense not to. Look, I be hopping off stages, drinking champagne with a flock of bad bitches and some niggas I was raised with. I rarely step the topic of their conversation. Bunch of miserable ass broke niggas jealous cause we made it. Young, rich and famous, plus I'm handsome and I'm faded. I'm just climbing up this ladder that my swagger has created it. My intelligence has got them so intimidated. Really thought that I would listen to that bullshit you was saying, Rob. Solo in my two-door with my top off. If the tag ain't Marathon, that Crenshaw crew niggas a knockoff and we started. Independent, so no label ain't gon' stop us. I'm in Rothen off of SLAUSON. I made all my partners profit. Look, I'm tatted from my face to my foot, so my body read like a good book. And honestly, that fire weed keep my mind cooked. Taking trips type of shit, usually keep a dime hooked. Pussy super good, got that sleep inside grip. Ass poking out them pockets with that sheet is fly stiff. I'd rather be your nigga, she rather be my bitch, but no emotions, cause we both is busy focused on a grip. Real shit, look, niggas better understand this. I ain't doing no favors, I ain't giving out shit. I'm out here on my 10 toes, nigga, no split. And if you don't like it, you can suck my dick, nigga.
On the road to riches and diamond rings. Young niggas doing big things. Fucking all these bitches is the song I sang. Real niggas do real things. On the road to riches and diamond rings. Young nigga doing big things. Fucking all these bitches is the song I sang. Nigga. TFC. Fat.
Oh man, some things I can tell you, some things I can't. The shit I can't tell you, that's a lot of the fun shit, brother. But you know, Roosevelt's been a staple in LA, Hollywood since before me, you, Nick, all of us were born. So, you know, just throughout the years as being a youngster, you always hear, you know, older people Roosevelt. So shit, we like, fuck it, let's go see what the Roosevelt is. I don't know when Hussle found out about it or when I found about it, but I just know we were in there a lot. I remember when the first time meeting Dallas Martin, who is, you know, the A&R at Atlantic that, you know, we end up doing our All Money In label deal with. I remember the first time me and Hussle met him there, met the heads of Atlantic there. We had so many meetings at the Roosevelt, just at poolside. And it was just sometimes there was nothing to do, just go up to the Roosevelt, sit down, chop, have meetings amongst ourselves, just me and him, eat, have some drinks and leave. It was just a whole vibe up there, bro. We would get cabanas, but then later on down the line, we start getting rooms more often. Start being regulars at the room. But you know, it's just the whole vibe in there, bro. You can sit down, chop it up, have some good drink, talk to some good people, eat some good food. I also remember just Nip being caught by TMZ a lot at the Roosevelt. Not being caught, you know, being caught on camera. There was a scene where he's with him in the drop top SL leaving the Roosevelt.
What up, Nipsey? Hey, who's your biggest rival? As rappers go, who's your biggest rival?
Biggest rival? Racist institution.
This
hip hop. You know what I mean? I don't got no rivals as far as artists and creative people in the industry. My rivals is motherfuckers that exploit the artists and don't understand, know how to get up on game. You feel me?
Where? Who inspires you the most out of all those?
Rap boy.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think?
I know your cousin Miriam.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about the Mel Gibson strand of weed? It's like a designer weed. They're
smoking right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Oh, really? Is it good stuff?
Prop 19, man.
All right, later on, mate.
Hey, the marathon continue.
Yeah, see you, bro.
Follow my steps and you see what I'm about. I keep that money coming in and never going out. You wanna fuck a fly nigga that you heard about? I beat that pussy up until it's watered down.
100% when you seen that car, really in any car Nip was in, you knew Hussle's energy was like the mayor or like the president. Just at this given time, that was the car. You know, it was a drop top. It was clean. Hussle get a car wash 2 times a day sometimes. It was always fly. I think he had sheepskin floor mats. Always had music bumping, and we rolled through playing this new shit. Sometimes people would know if they caught Nip in traffic, they were able to hear some stuff that wasn't released. Nip was always fly, man. Pull up, hop out.
Now I was driving down Wilshire, just left the label. Let my swisher sweet, then we made a left on Rodeo. Life is beautiful, if I might say so. I live it unrestricted, it ain't a place that I can't go. Got you kaku, hot shots and cold fish. Pints of Dolce and coconuts and rock fifths. Living drama free, Roosevelt Cabana Suites. TMZ questions me about my strands of weed. I like to vacation on Miami Beach. Couple homies from the set, some Atlanta freaks. Used to have them pounds cheap in 2003. Most of them niggas from back then in penitentiary. And now they see me on their TV like how could it be? It's complicated how I made it like Avril Lavigne. That's why they rooting for me. I'm speaking what they think. Without no pieces, I can show you how to build a train. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Yeah. Bitches getting at it, rocking this ice, loving my life. These niggas getting mad, they don't wanna fight. About to take a flight, and when I touch down, it be 10,000 cash in the paper bags brown. Born with no
The first House of Blues show was amazing, bro. And it's crazy because the House of Blues is no longer here, right? So, man, I remember just pulling up to the venue, seeing Nip's name on the marquee. Man, that was amazing seeing that. It was amazing just seeing family, all the family in there, all the homies, and just all the fans. And it's crazy, right? That being one of Hustle's first biggest shows, you really got to see like the different demographics of people that fuck with Hustle music. You know what I'm saying? I remember the show definitely being sold out. 200 to 300 people outside not be able to get in. Every time we had a show, especially, you know, I would go crazy because motherfuckers would blow my phone up left and right trying to get in.
Loving my life, these niggas getting mad, they don't wanna fight. About to take a flight, and when I touch down, it be 10,000 cash.
Before a show, you know, me and them, we got a lot of similarities alike. But before a show, it'll either be him or me. We'll call out a prayer circle, bro, and we'll all huddle up, get into a big old circle, and we'll hold hands and we'll say a prayer before we go out here on stage. That was our ritual. That's what we will do.
House of Blues ended up being our venue. We ended up going in with our money and renting it out and selling the House of Blues out every time, sometimes doing double shows. And that was the first experience there. Adam, our cousin, man, he was at the bar. He ended up leaving his American Express open bar for everybody. Everybody was just excited and happy, just running it up. But come on, all money in, man.
Suicide doors, smoke great phantom, fucking these whores, bitches getting at it, rocking this ice, loving my.
But definitely being at the House of Blues, that is like a vibe. I remember that just resonates and sits with me a lot. Like just being in that backstage, just being so excited. I remember I brought Imani to a House of Blues show before. She was like a little toddler and she had his chain on, and I'm like, dang, we got this little baby at the House of Blues turning up for her dad. But yeah, being there, it was just, and just going to his shows, I always felt very protected and always just like, you know, he made sure everybody was included. He wasn't like those type of people where when, you know, even though he could have been, it's his show and it's his time to get in his right mind state so he can deliver accordingly, but he made sure that everybody was straight.
Suicide doors, smoke great phantom, fucking these whores, bitches getting at it, rocking. Dicky shorts, valley belt, boxer briefs. Bitch, of course, this marathon is where you ought to be. Shopping spree, spending thousands on designer jeans. Exotic women, Mercedes Benzes with bucket seats. Pretty feet, pretty hair that blow in the breeze. It's pretty rare that she meet a nigga as real as me, especially when she fishing in this music industry. But luckily, she fucked around and fucked with me. Surround myself with the finer things. I guess I'm Hollywood, cause I'm enjoying what my grinding bring. I'm all money in, dot I and C. Minus the major record label, time to rouse the feet. On every stage, I'm giving everything inside of me, but she gon' give it back after the show in the Lamont Suite. My nigga Rip P's got a thick freak. Down the hall, getting cracking over this beat. We smoking good. Y'all smell of weed. We finally made it to the plane, then we fell asleep. The morning came, the night leaves. A little of a workaholic shit.
I am actually on the bridge of that song. It was a fluke that I recorded that part with him. He had asked me to go in the studio, and it was just randomly that he was just like, Noonie, go in there and go do that part. And I'm like, I was shy. So I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And he was like, no, go in there and go do it. So I went in there and I did it. I knocked it out and they kept it. I was like, wow. So that's how I end up getting on the song.
I know you heard of me, and that's the part that make your head hurt. Talk to me and I talk back. Got it and I want it. Let me run this marathon with you. I got you. Yeah, I got love, cause I got it on deck, baby. I put that on the set, baby. I'm kissing on your neck, your pussy get wet, and then we have sex, baby. Cause I got it on deck, baby. I put that on the set, baby. I get to kissing your neck, your pussy get wet, and then we have sex, baby. Hey. You know the hotel get turned up if we in it. Smell a kush soon as you exit the elevators. You hear the music. Look, just got a call from my bank to tell me that we hit again and keep doing my thing. The boys on fire, money wires every day. It's a natural known fact. I'm the hottest in LA. It's all money in. That's all I got to say. Got them repping down the Dago, Las Vegas to the Bay. Even on the East, they never hesitate. They shouting out my words from the crowd toward the stage, and you know I'm getting paid. Yeah, you know I'm getting paid. Look, marathon life, it's all about the pace. A lot of niggas running sprints, but they never win the race. You don't see me at the shop. I'm probably out of state in my fly hotel, working on my mixtape, standing on the couches. Later on that day, champagne models pouring bottles on their face. The essence for success, and that's why I love to hate. They mad cause I can, and I'm happy cause they can't.
When someone has these material things, you know, and like they're like, oh yeah, check out my whip, check out, you know, we popping champagne, woo. Nip was just regular. Get, you know, a BMW or a 550 or whatever it is that you want. You know, everybody wants to sip champagne at the studio, roll up blunts like it's nothing, right? And I could see that that's where he was at. At least that he could just continue to do these things, continue to be a hustler, and continue to have these medals, these hood medals that were letting him know that, you know what, I'm doing something right. Not only in my music, but for myself as a hustler.
Break it, 20 racks, 50 racks, 100 racks, running back. If that ain't fly, crippin', what the fuck is that? Type of life I'm living, you know nothing about. Gotta fly first class if you wanna talk. Louis on a duffel bag, pick an airport.
I'm well, you know, I listen to all type of music too, but Hustle really opened my ears to a lot of music. It's not like that, because if you even watch the MGMT video to that song, was it MGMT, right? Yeah, when you watch that video, the video was even kind of trippy. It looked like motherfuckers was on, I don't know what type of drug. It was a crazy video, right? But the song was just hard as shit. But like I said, when I first heard the song, of course, I'm like, oh yeah, this shit hard. I love that song to this day, the original. And if it wasn't for Nip's song, I doubt I would have heard it.
Motherfucker. Hey. Wallow. Yeah. Hey. Yo.
Now 100%. Any meeting we had, any meeting, you know, I went to with him, you know, when Hussle was there, I'm not saying a thing. Everybody felt the same thing. When Hussle's with you, just let him do his thing, because he was very savvy. And every meeting we went to, you know, any demographic, white, even some, I think like 3 or 4 different times at meetings with like white women, they'll come like, man, he's so articulate. I cannot believe this. Like, I don't know, but from hearing them, it's like they've never seen, you know, a black male speak so clear and so precise. They were taking notes a lot of meetings. I guess the leadership at Epic has changed, and Charlie Walk's not the president anymore. I guess they were trying to clear the roster. They weren't really sure of all the people that were signed, so they were kind of not putting in the same effort for Hussle. And they were supposed to support some records on radio. They weren't. They were lying, saying they were going to do this. And I think the vice president at this time had a good relationship with Nip. It was like, bro, there's a lot of in-house politicking going on. You know, I don't want to hold your career up. You know, I'm a supporter, and you know, I appreciate you and respect you. So you just let me know what move you want to do. And Nip was like, man, if you can give me the release, man, it would be a blessing. She was like, man, go ahead. Got the lawyers in. Our cousin Frankie is a lawyer. So Frankie came in and helped out tremendously and ended up getting the release, clean release. And we didn't, as far as me and the team, I don't think we understood it. We were like, man, what's going on? Nip like, look, man, this is big. You know, they spent millions of dollars marketing me, and now I'm getting a clean release. So our company, All Money In, gets the benefit of the millions of dollars of marketing that Sony has put into me. Trust me. And our cousin Frankie and Nip negotiated the release. They ended up giving Nip all his masters, everything that he recorded while he was with Sony. And Nip was able to take the release and independently start working on the next project, which was the Marathon. At the same time, streaming and iTunes and everything was exploding. So all of his masters that he owned, his whole catalog, all the Bullets Ain't Got No Names volumes, everything that he did was his.
And you know, the commercial success of it and how successful it is as far as sales, that's based on the fans. And that's based on, you know what I'm saying, if y'all go out and support and pick that motherfucker up. But one thing for sure is gonna be a classic hip-hop West Coast album. This is our reality, for better or for worse. This is the condition of LA, so that's why you hear it in my music. And people like J-Rock and G Malone and Rockin' and 211, because we know personally each other's histories, and we know that you really speaking for Inglewood, 211, and what goes on over there. You really speaking for Watts. J-Rock, you really speaking for Carson. My nigga Rocky. So I feel like as long as you make sincere music and it's authentic and it's you telling your real story, that it's a level of truth and it's gonna connect.
All money in. All money in. Yeah, real shit. I got my mind on $1 million before I turn 26. But that's just what it costs for that condo at the Ritz. I got this European belt, European bitch. Ever seen an African in the European whip? I got my top off in traffic playing this. Got them pissed. Police hot cause my operation's legit. Suck my dick. All my life they been shooting. Thank God they missed.
He told me on Gmail chat that he wanted to do something with Aliyah, you know, with Aaliyah's vocals or with something with Aaliyah that sounded really hip hop but new.
Got my first 100,000 before I turned 22. And then I went to jail for some shit I did not do. Them niggas think it's rap, huh? Till bullets make them back up. No, I'm in them movies, bro, but I am not no actor. Way before these contracts, I knew I was all that. Bet she say that.
The original track is a JC beat, a DJ Premier beat, that they cut the same sample, and then Primo cut the Aaliyah scratch on top. I took that same sample and I took the Aaliyah vocals and just put the low end and yeah, slow it down and make it a bit more bouncy or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah, hustle, one and up, one and up, one and up.
I think it was just somewhere that we would go with our father, the food, being around the culture. I think that's what my father wanted to expose us to. And just moving forward, as we got older, we used to go and just kind of have our meetings there. It was kind of low-key in the tuck. Just became somewhere that if we couldn't think of any other meetings, we knew, oh, let's go to MERKATO. So pull over there. We knew everybody there, the cooks, the owners.
MERKATO. That was just like a place where we would go for meetings, we would go for celebrations, we would go just for breakfast, anything. That was like a happy place that felt like home.
Because see, you got to understand this too. MERKATO is a restaurant that would close like at 10 or 11, bro. We would get there, let's say 7 o'clock. We'd be there sometimes till 2 in the morning. And we'd be there so much and we're so much of regulars to where they like, you know what? They would just basically just let it stay open for us. Because I'm saying it would get so crazy, man, bro. I'm talking about we would be having heated arguments, the people working in there think, you know, they don't know what the fuck is finna happen, the motherfuckers finna fight. But you know, it was just, you know, heated arguments over the brand, either clothing or the project, or you know how shit go when you working together, man. Everybody ain't gonna always, you know, meet eye to eye. So it been points in there, times in there with motherfuckers where they coming like, everything all right? And like, no, we good, don't worry about it, it's just a little heated. But then after a while, they just seen it a couple times, so they know with us, they like, oh, it's just them, don't worry about it. And not like that, you know, we go there so much, it's basically family, you know what I'm saying? It ain't always sweet. And if people think of life shit always sweet, everything gonna be cool, everybody always gonna be smiling. Life don't go like that, so you know what I mean? And see, that's the thing, like even with the music shit, everybody be thinking, people don't see the hard shit, they just see the good shit. They just see the shit that we, you know, motherfuckers put on Instagram, the shit that we put on videos, all that shit. But that just shows the love and the passion everybody got for whatever we arguing about.
You see, this is Eritrean. We want to get along with everybody with respect, no matter what kind of people they are, what they're coming from, ethnic, whatever. Respect, and they get respect back. So MERKATO is little Ethiopia. So there's a lot of restaurants there, different. Most of MERKATO, Rosaline, that area is mostly restaurants. In MERKATO, this person that I know him, that with MERKATO, is my friend. I know him from 80. And we have a connection the way he treats Eritreans, Ethiopians, or other equally. So he's the one treats you like a person, treat you in his restaurant well, without who you are, just respecting you. And that's how I see with him and become friends, start some kind of business with him too. And then I go over there and my people, I took them to my family, and they like that place, the food, and they got a good service. and then they continue going without me.
You niggas common senseless. We at the brown tape, pop, politicking. Like FAB, we RIP our competition. No opposition. Just a
Nip, he has a good habit for reading. He reads a lot. So I used to feed him the history of Eritrea, and just feed him, giving him books and some articles, all kind of stuff. And I say he can read it or not, but I have to do it. And then tell them about where they come from, how special Eritrea is.
When we start talking about Eritrea, that's when he lit up. So like I could tell that he was like progressive, he was global, and his mind was much bigger than just, you know, hip hop, or, you know what I'm saying? Like he was a real broad-minded dude. That's the main thing I noticed, you know. That's why we ended up talking so lively, because, you know, we were able to go to any sort of topic and we were just kind of like connecting on it, you know.
Cross-country tripping, nigga. First class sitting, nigga. When I touch down, it's like a $5 grand interest, nigga. Look, I'm from West Side, California. They run up on you. Ask you where you from and check your tats under your clothing. Hustler, go hard, make sure my knot's swollen. Fuck you, say the wrong hood, bullets explode, and I trust you people these days, cause that's gold. I seen niggas get killed for who they roll with and chose to keep inside they circle, Satan sitting on your sofa. Same nigga that shot you was the one you used to smoke with. Cold shit, my whole clique notorious. You heard of us, 6 soldiers, murderers. You still serving clubs, jealous nigga, you broke as fuck. Yo, bitch on my nut.
But I was real interested in working with him. So, you know, we get to the studio and I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting ready to hear this dude spit on this record, and this is about to be dope. We sat down and he picked the tracks out, and I ended up, you know, working on the Blue Laces beat a little bit more and doing different things to it. So I was like, okay, dope. I'm getting ready to hear some lyrics now, man. This nigga finna go in. I didn't hear the Blue Laces record until like 3 months later. And then that's when I realized, and I started to know that Nip was not one of those guys that's usually gonna jump in the studio and all of a sudden he's gonna start rapping and doing all type of shit right then and there. He liked to put a lot of thought into his music. And when I heard the Blue Laces, you know, I was blown away, dude. I was like, wow, man, this nigga, he really went in on this record. And that's when our friendship started, and we've been friends, and I used to call him nephew, he used to call me Unc. I mentored Nip a lot over the years and all of that kind of shit. I wasn't in the picture around him all of the time, but we stayed in constant contact with each other all the time.
No change, shoot out with no aim, so they know your name. Cause where your mama paid rent, that was your game. So when your homeboy bled, that was your pain. And if y'all both catch a case, you don't say no names. That's just the code of the color of my shoestrings. Blue laces, shell cases, catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases. If you ain't no hoe, we getting paid, bitch. Blue laces, shell cases, catch bodies, we don't leave no traces.
Man, it was just like a soundtrack to his life, what he was living and what he went through. You know what I mean? When you listen to those lyrics on both of those Blue Laces records, they hit you in the chest. You feel exactly what he's talking about. And I think that was the canvas for him to paint the picture of where he came from, what he was trying to do with that, and also to show that he was still aligned, but in a different way. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like his report card from where he was, dealing with the Crips and his lifestyle and the culture of being in the gang. That represented what that was.
We on some killing other niggas shit. We really on some stay down and diligent. The streets is cold, turn innocence to militants.
honestly, I never went to Watts Towers. Always heard about it, and it always meant a lot to me because that was an opportunity for my brother to learn music, learn how to record himself, learn how to make beats. It was a nonprofit, and the teachers would come out and teach the students for free. My mom found it, and my brother had a lot of passion for music, and she knew that. So she told him about it, and he used to catch the bus, the Blue Line, to go there on the weekends.
I know that he was going there because I used to take him also and pick him up sometimes, and there was availability that changed his life. So that's what he learned, the engineering. Get him busy doing that than hang around the homies in every corner. Change his life doing something.
And well, you know, from a youngster, he would do everything from catching buses, from going all the way from the house on 60th all the way to Watts. So, you know, that alone in itself is a journey.
People want stuff overnight. You know, they want to be rich overnight. It takes a process. Nothing happens overnight. Nobody wants to read or open nothing and read and learn how to do something correctly. Nipsey was different than that. He cannot know something today, not a clue about it. Tomorrow, he'll know something about it. And I mean, he'll really know something about it. He'll be able to engage in a full conversation about it because he's watched YouTube tutorials. He's Googled it. He's picked up a magazine that's talking about it. He's been reading about it the whole night. And I thought that was kind of special to him. Like, he's going to figure it out. That's when I knew that whatever this man is trying to do, he's going to figure it out, even if he doesn't know. And that was very special about him. So when I met him, that shit inspired me. Like, damn, this little nigga, even if he don't know, he know. He gonna go find out. And I always loved that about him. That's one of the attributes of him as a person that I just always loved that. I hadn't met anybody like that before that was growing up in the streets like me.
He always had entrepreneurial books, cultural books. He had all these type of books on his bookshelf. We always joked around and said that we graduated from YouTube University. He for sure was one to always watch documentaries on his laptop, watching TED Talks on YouTube. And he was a sponge. He was always looking for the most recent findings on topics of his interest. Introducing some type of new information.
When he chose the name of the marathon, I said, "What does that mean?" And he said, "Life is a marathon. It's not a sprint." Even though it's a slogan for everyone now, I remember at that pivotal moment when he explained it to me, and he said that life is a marathon. It's a continuous movement. It's a continuous pace of things, and it's not a sprint. When you sprint, you burn yourself out. But when you're on a marathon, you make sure that you have your place. You make sure you have your footing right. And you put one foot in front of the other and you find your pace. And you may get tired, weary, whatever, but you're still going and you're still moving on this pace.
Outside, reminiscing on my niggas that got smoked outside. Suckers in the house when them lokes outside. Hustler gotta eat when them folks outside. Got a burner on my lap and I'm dipping in my bucket. Life's a bitch, nigga, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Ride with my burner and my beat turned up. AC
It takes failure. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to succeed. Life is not a race. Life is a marathon.
AC blowing in my window down, chunking up my hood when I hit your town. They said we probably die slanking, banking, pressing the line. All a nigga really got is my respect and my pride. Got a chopper for the coppers, keep protecting the ride. Every nigga got a limit, never step on the line. When the set say it's on, I'm expected to ride.
Really, every song on the album had legs and gave me the goosebumps. You know, that's what I used to tell him. Like, if I don't get goosebumps when I hear it, man, it's not. But every single song on that album, it was hustle, but it was elevated, inspirational, motivational. It was kind of the story of elevation and coming from street and crime and by any means necessary, and using that to build yourself, build businesses around you and your team, and go legit, and then be successful. And kind of the blueprint to the youth. Like, if you're here or if you're in this situation, use it as a stepping stone to take you to the next level. I think that's what the Marathon, when I first heard the mixtape, that's what it was saying to my, that's what I was hearing from it. And I think that's the message that Nip wanted to get across.
Marathon, meaning our struggle is long, but our victory is certain. That's what this marathon was.
I don't give a fuck. Ride with my burner and my beat turned up. AC blowing in my window down, chunking up my hood when I hit your town.
What up? What it do?
Music Corner.
I'd like to welcome everybody out tonight. Welcome all the new Marathon members to the experience of a lifetime. I need y'all hands up though. Yeah, look, no, I don't want your love. That's not why I make music. I owe myself, I told myself back then that I would do this. And I always looked so out of reach and just seemed so confusing. Then I found my place in life, a young black man that seems so useless. And I don't want no help, just let me suffer through this. The world would not know Jesus Christ if there was never Judas. This knife that's in my back could be the truth that introduced us. And the distance in between us is the proof of my conclusion. So life is what you make it. I hope you make a movement. Hope your opportunity survives the opportunist. Hoping as you walk across the sand, you see my shoe print and you follow till it change your life, cause it's all evolution. And I hope you find your passion, cause I found mine in this music. But I hope it's not material, cause that's all an illusion. And they all in collusion. This racist institutions, double standard, acting like they not the reason why we ruthless. But tonight,
This is my moment.
Judge me by my progress. Look at where I started and look at where I'm standing. Y'all can say it's luck, but I know that it's planning. Shout out to the pain that gave me understanding. Shout out to my gang, turned me to a savage. So niggas say what they want to, but I go through what you haven't. And it's not ego driven, it's not me boasting and bragging. This road I chose to go down, hard to slow down when in traffic. In order for me to grow, I had to let go of some habits. And it's easy to say I'm on now cause you see it and it happened. But before it ever did, had to believe and get it cracking. So I'm gonna take you back then, 32 shots in my Mac 10. With a dream minus the means, my early teens was fucking tragic. And deep inside my mind is buried crimes you can't imagine. That I wrestle with at night, demons I fight, I can't get past it. So no matter how straight your casket, it don't matter if you plastic. We was looking for the lights and all we stumbled across was flashes. But tonight,
This is my moment. But I gotta own it.
man, then it's gon' be. People love it cause they know that this the real me. The cops hate it, so they hope my homies kill me. But I ain't want the fame, I just wanted y'all to feel me. It's my time, so I'm going in. We ball till we fall, fuck how the story ends. I see these niggas hating, I know you hoes plotting. I ain't worried about it, cause I know God got me. Say, I know God got me. Yeah, I know God got me. Yeah, I know God got me. See, I ain't worried about it, cause I know God got me. Once in a lifetime shit, you know. Song dedicated to everybody out there with a motherfucking dream. Fuck what they say, do your shit. Marathon, nigga. This shit ain't gon' stop till I say it's gon' stop. It ain't gon' stop till you say it's gon' stop. And it ain't gon' be unless you make it. It's your time, get up off your ass. 10 toes down out here. No. Swear to God, I shed tears in this motherfucking booth, nigga. For my niggas that's gone. My niggas that can't be here with me. For the ones that is. Shout out my beautiful little girl, Imani. Shout out my big bro, Black Sam. Shout out my nigga Fats. Shout out my bro Adam. Shout out my A&Bs. You know what this is, it's the motherfucking marathon. And this shit ain't gonna stop, man. 100. Yeah, Nip Hussle in this motherfucker. Rollo, what up? Look, my top down, your name hot now, but when I was out here, nigga, you was not round. Was in the game, but I just watched now. I did rim, so my shit stock now.